everyone, it's Mesme, and today I have a story time for you. This story is about how I almost died here in Korea, so let's start our video. In the winter of 2014, I had a 5-day vacation. I used to work at a Hagwon, so they chose when our vacation was. I remember that I wanted to go to Busan, so I invited Chol. We went there, had a really great time. We ended up choosing a restaurant near the fish market, and we were trying all these side dishes at the restaurant. There was a specific dish that looked kind of funky. I remember it was kind of red and it looked kind of spicy, and I even told Chol, I don't think I should eat this. This doesn't look very appetizing. He ended up saying, oh, just try it once. So I went ahead and tried it, and the moment I swallowed it, I felt like my esophagus was like squirming or something. I just felt it do this. So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna eat that. I continued to eat the rest of my food. Everything was fine. We went to the aquarium. I was feeling okay, a little bit sensitive because I'm not a very good traveler and my stomach's always sensitive. Around 2 in the morning, I woke up feeling really strange. I have never felt like this before. I went up and thought maybe I need to go to the restroom. Nope. So I just kind of paced and was thinking, what's going on? What's wrong with my stomach? It just feels like maybe I should go to the restroom, but it doesn't want to. So I kept pacing, and all of a sudden, like, I realized what's happening, and I couldn't run into the bathroom. I barely made it to the sink, which was outside of the bathroom, and I just started puking my guts out. I could not breathe. Since Chol's a deep sleeper, he couldn't hear me puke, I guess, for the first couple seconds, but all of a sudden I feel like this really heavy hand tapping my back and helping me, I guess, get it all out. But I also remember the hand being so heavy that I got really upset because it was making it worse, and I remember shoving him like all the way, like, get away. And I finished throwing up and I was freaking out because I couldn't breathe. And I ended up resting a little bit. I think maybe an hour or two later I got up and started puking again, and it was getting worse. I couldn't breathe, and I told Chol, like, I need to go to a hospital. I have never been to a hospital in my entire life. I usually get sick, but it's never anything severe to where I have to go to the hospital. We are hours away from where I live and where he lives, and he ends up driving maybe over half an hour to find a hospital because it's like 4 in the morning and a lot of them were not open. We ended up finding one like the middle of nowhere, and we go in, and I remember seeing this old lady with a broken leg, and she was screaming as they were trying to bandage her up, and I was laying there like just terrified, and I was looking at Chol like, what's going on? You know, I've never been in a hospital before. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. And the doctor comes and he's asking me all these questions, and Chol is translating. But something funny that happened is that in Busan they have like a different dialect, so Chol was having trouble understanding the doctor. The doctor was having a hard time understanding him, so that was pretty interesting to see. So all he did was he just like kind of poked around and stuff, and then they connected me to an IV. And the first diagnosis that they gave me, I believe, was a food poisoning. I think that's what they said. So then they sent me off a few hours later, and they said, get some rest. I was sleeping. I ended up sleeping for a little bit. I get up again. I am feeling even worse, so I said, we need to go to the hospital again because I can't do this. We ended up going back to the emergency room, and again they connected me to all these you know, these machines and stuff, and I got some IVs, and I remember feeling so sick, and I remember seeing Chol there, and he was just at a loss. He was shocked. He was really scared. And I remember saying, if I die, tell my family I love them, because I just felt like I was going to die. It was the worst feeling ever. I couldn't breathe at all. I felt like right here, it was like throbbing with pain. And then I see him, and he ends up calling his parents and telling them what's going on. So they freaked out too, and he shed a tear or two because he was really scared. And yeah, they sent me back to the hotel after a couple hours, and they said that now they changed their diagnosis to like this virus that was going around. It was very severe. So I was told not to eat any solid food for over 7 days and just drink water and liquids. So that was very hard. We ended up staying an extra day in Busan because I could not even be in a car without getting super sick. And this was December 31st, guys. We were in this like old hotel because we had run out of money. And I remember being really upset because it was New Year's Eve and I wanted it to be romantic and be outside with my boyfriend and, you know, have my New Year's kiss and whatnot. So I ended up waking up at 1 in the morning on January the 1st, and I looked at my phone and I was like, oh no, I didn't do the countdown. So I looked at Joel and I was like, Happy New Year. So we went home. For 7 days I was a hot mess because I could not eat solid food, and Joel made sure that I didn't eat any solid food and I was just drinking liquid so I could get better quicker. And one day we went to the grocery store a couple days after that, and I needed food. I wanted to eat, and I remember throwing a huge fit at Home Plus and like crying because my body was just like, give me food, give me food. But the doctor was saying that I could just only drink water and I had to boil it, and I don't even know. So I ended up finding out that Joel, the whole time, Joel was actually also sick with the same illness. He just had to put up this brave face and be the one to take charge in the situation. He was sick the entire time with the same illness. I can't imagine somebody driving and doing everything for somebody else and them feeling like they're dying too. It was very shocking when I found out a couple days later that he was also sick, and I don't think I could ever forgive myself for that. If I would have known, maybe I would have acted stronger or something, but it's something that I'm very thankful for, that someone was willing to do that for me. And I feel so guilty because he was really sick too, and I had no idea. In the hospital, it turns out that he was also he also had a really high fever and he was suffering, but he just wouldn't show it. So I'm so thankful. But anyways, I got better, and it was an interesting experience because I had never been in a hospital before, and it was very hard because I was terrified, and I was so far away from where I lived, and then my family wasn't with me either. And Joel lived far away. He lived here in Osan, and I used to live in Antan, which is a little bit far. So it was very tough also dealing with that and having to go back to work instantly with the long hours. That was very difficult for me. I totally forgot about it until today because right now I'm sick, so I don't know if you can tell by my voice. I actually lost my voice in the morning. I couldn't talk, but now I got it back, so that's all good. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, I guess. Very interesting story, but that's pretty much it with my story. I hope to see you all soon, and yeah, take care. Bye.